Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we have a nice little ocean kind of rock landscape that we're going to paint. This is my second painting here on the channel. I am completely new to painting and just picked it up as a hobby. Uh, Wanted to do something at night that didn't involve technology or looking at a screen. So painting seemed like a great choice, and thought it'd be fun to share with everyone here online. So yeah, not just kind of going for it, winging it, and hoping for the best. So let's get started. I have some blues here for the water. So I'm going to start with kind of like a base layer. I'm using about a 4x4 wooden kind of plank here uh, for the surface and acrylic paints. And I mixed the paints before we got started, just to not bore you guys too much while I was mixing. I think I got a little carried away. I've mixed a lot of different colors, and I feel like this isn't the right way to do it. I feel like mixing as you go might be the right way, but again, don't want to bore you guys too much with mixing, and kind of want to stick to the painting. So let's get started here. I'm going to put this this kind of light blue color here is the base layer. This will, I think we'll have a little bit of sky in here, so it could be the base layer for the sky as well as the water. Let's see, so just gonna use this bigger palette knife. And again, I'm trying to use these palette knives rather than a brush. I love the texture that a palette knife provides over a brush. We'll see if it sticks, but so far I like the way it's going and the way it looks. Just with the texture, this acrylic paint's pretty cool. As well as showing the different layers and the different just like colors mixing together with the acrylic. I really like the texture, and I think using the palette knife provides that. I'm not sure. I guess a brush would, so maybe I'll try that eventually, but just sticking to the palette knife for now. So I thought it'd be cool to do like a little kind of rock landscape mixing in here with the ocean, kind of showing the waves breaking on it. That's the goal at least, so we'll see how it turns out. Painting the ocean is it's a little bit intimidating for me, but I just love the different colors of the water that you can put in. I love doing paintings where I can show all the different colors that you may not traditionally think. Like, obviously water is going to be blue, but I kind of want to incorporate some of these pinks and yellows and some reds in, and just see how that looks. So there's a good base layer for our water, and that open spot there, I'm going to use a darker kind of brown color to set the foundation for the rocks there, which is out of screen here. So I'll pull this down. This nice little brown color. And again, I have no experience doing this and no education or anything, and I'm very not artistic as a person overall. So this is a completely new area for me, and thought it would be fun to give it a go. So what you're seeing is just completely fresh. Me just kind of winging something and starting from scratch and seeing what happens. So hope you guys enjoy that aspect of it. It's about as authentic as I can get. Okay, I think that looks rocky. At least like a good shape for what our base layer will be. Let's try to flatten it out a little bit so I don't have these ridges. Which is one thing I do like about the acrylic paint, is you can have kind of different layers and different textures and different levels. So I think for a start that looks pretty good. Get rid of this one little piece of black there. Okay, let's get started on the rock first, and then what I'm thinking is once the rock's done, we can have the waves kind of crash up on it. So I'll pull these browns down. I have about 5 different browns in here, so I think using some of these darker ones on the bottom here might be the way to go. just trying to mix and make this look as natural as possible. So thinking kind of browns on the bottom where the water, making it kind of look wet from the water crashing on it is probably the way to go. And then working up to some lighter colors as we work our way up the rock surface. Still figuring out how to kind of control this palette knife and hold it, and what the most realistic way to do this is, and the best. Just I'd say my palette knife skills and control is probably like a 1 out of 10 right now. I'm not very good, but we'll figure it out. Get better as we go. This is the second one, so I'm sure as this goes on, we'll figure out how it works and how to best control things and make it look better and better. All right, I'm gonna start mixing in some, after this little bit right here, we'll start mixing in some lighter colors as we go up. And just try to make it look a little better. Maybe these rocks should go in. Or, maybe we'll have the waves go on it rather than bringing those in. I guess that's the lightest color, so we'll save that for last. Maybe we'll bring some of this lighter color in there some. Especially here, since that's kind of the furthest away from the point. Starting to get some cool swirling in there. Let's just bring this up. There. Feels decent looking. That darker color is kind of coming in through the lighter color there, which I don't know if it's good or bad yet. But again, just with this acrylic paint, I think it looks kind of cool. Kind of want to blend these up a little bit, maybe. This is kind of the part that I'm trying to figure out, is like how to smear this. Like, what should my paint texture look like? Should it be these thicker brushes? Should it be kind of skinnier, little blotchier? A mixture of both. Both they look kind of cool either way. So just going for it. I think this coloring looks pretty good. I would like this to be more of a point, like that. That looks good. Okay. Also kind of want to make it look like a rock surface rather than just a big brown kind of blob here, but we'll get there. Kind of cover up this brown part there. All right, let's work on the water. I don't know how much I love that rock, but we'll get there. Let's maybe mix in some of this yellow down here, kind of as if the waves are breaking a little bit. I'll mix in a little white too down here. I'd like it to look like there's some waves coming down on the rocks, and looks whirlpooly. Again, this water part intimidates me, but I think it just looks so cool. It's something I want to practice and get good at. But I think it's going to take a little while to really perfect, just because the colors seem difficult to mix and make realistic. That might be a little too dark for me. Mix in some of this guy to really give it like a light blue Caribbean look is the kind of the look that I'm going for. I kind of want to show these waves crashing on this a little bit. Mixing some of this color too. It's pretty dark. I don't know if I like that. Let's get some more white in this guy. That actually looks kind of cool, mixing some white in too. Yeah. This is what I love about the acrylic paints, is just mixing these together and just seeing all the cool different colors that comes on it. One, mixing it in these cups here, but also mixing it in the on the wood as I'm painting here. It's just pretty cool seeing it. Let's get a little more white in there. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper out here. I guess, you know what, we'll start with kind of try to make like a skyline here. Try to make like a flat point that is a transition from the water to the sky is what I'm going for here. So I think using a little bit darker color up top makes sense, and then we can start blending that in with these other colors down here. Something I thought would be fun too is when I'm done with these, to rate how I think they are, 1 out of 10. And it's funny just kind of seeing this come together. I don't love the way this one's looking, so it may be on the lower end of our rating, but that's the fun of this, is I think some of these are going to be decent and some are going to be really bad, and we'll just continue getting better. And hopefully, as I continue doing these, they just get better and better and better and start looking cooler and cooler. I want to mix in some white up, kind of cloud-like. I'm not quite sure how to do that yet. Make it look hazy almost. I don't want to pull up that darker blue like I just did there, so we'll try to cover that and make it look hazier, maybe. Just kind of maybe mix some of this lighter blue together with the white. Also don't really want to do like a sun or anything like that. Just trying to keep this sky simple and not a focal point of the painting. Definitely not sure how to do, like when these colors touch, that seems to be a difficulty for me right now, especially with this brown. I don't want to get any brown in there. I still want to keep these clean lines. Kind of like the way it's looking though, so far. Okay. Yeah, I feel like I'm happy with that sky. I think that looks halfway decent. Try to mix it just a little bit, make it a little... Yeah, that looks pretty cool. All right, so back to the ocean then. Let me mix in some of this cool green color here. Mix it in some deeper water. A little darker blue up there too. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. I think the way I want to make this look is like this water is not crashing into the rock. The rock is kind of blocking it there. But down here, the water's crashing up on the rock. So that's the goal. We'll see how the execution goes. This seems like the wrong way to do it. I'm guessing there's a better way to grip it. I've gone a little too heavy on that blue there, but just keep mixing. Keep mixing together. Start trying to blend this deeper water up into this lighter water too. Figure out how to do that. While still maintaining these waves kind of crashing in here. Guessing I probably want to do some white around the outsides of this to make it look crashy. Since the water kind of rushing up there makes it white. Add a little bit more white to my pod here. Mixing a little bit of pink for the hell of it. think this is the water. I'm getting fairly close. I just need to figure out how it comes up on this rock here, which I don't know. Don't know the answer to that one, but we'll keep working through it. Again, I'm going to keep these kind of recordings for about 30 minutes or so. That's the goal. We'll see how it works, but I don't want to overanalyze this too much and use 90% of the time on the last 5%. I want to go for the what is it, the 80-20 rule, where 80% of the work is done in 20% of the time. So that's kind of the strategy we're going for. We'll see if we figure it out. So let's try to pull some of this dark brown down a little bit in some of the spots where I don't really want the water coming up. Let's make it look a little bit less uniform. And then in the other spots, we'll kind of have the water breaking. We'll add some white as if the water's breaking there. Just pull some of this blue color up there. Trying to get some water up in this area up here. And I think we're probably getting about close. I don't think this is going to be a great one, so I don't want to just keep making it worse when there's not much to save on it, but just try to clean it up a little tiny bit more. Maybe make this come down a little bit more. This one's definitely been a challenge. It's just difficult making this look realistic, but that's the fun in it. Add maybe a little bit more green, maybe a little pink in there, and then maybe some yellow, try to make it look like it's kind of Caribbean crashing water. All right, that might be it. I think at this point I might be making it worse instead of better, so might need to know when to quit. So I think we might call this one quits here. Mix in a little bit more yellow, a little bit more pink, and just give this, I think a little brown got mixed in down here, so just want to make that look a little bit better. Okay. I think that's it. Looking at this, I'd say not my finest work. I think we might give this one about a 3 out of 10. So we'll try to do better next time, but that was fun. Kind of interesting looking, but we'll give it a 3 out of 10 and hope we do better next time. But that was a good time. Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.